Hey everybody, and welcome to another JASP tutorial. In this video, I wanted to do a quick rundown of a new module, a new release, a new feature in JASP. So here I have loaded up the newest build, which is 0.13.1. And with this release came a couple of bug fixes, but 0.13 came with a major feature, which was the addition of mixed models, both for classical and Bayesian tests, so you can have random and fixed effects in the same model. But for this particular video, as the title suggests, I wanted to explore the new R beta module that was added. So this is not one of the base modules, but you can add it by going to the plus sign and checking the box here to add it to your menu bar. And I think it's a wonderful addition to this very lightweight program. So you may be familiar with a couple of months ago, I released a comparison between JASP and Jamovi, the two really awesome open source stats programs that use these graphical user interfaces. And one of the major comparison points that I had in that video, I'll link it as a card here. You'll see it in the top right corner. It was the fact that Jamovi does have a lot of R integration. You can essentially turn any analysis that or tests that you've done into R code for the most part. Whereas a lot of the R code in JASP is under the hood, and that was a development that was a developer idea, as a developer choice. But to make JASP a little bit more appealing to our users, or at least going back and forth between R, JASP added this module, and honestly, it's just an RStudio kind of console. It doesn't really need much of anything. It's very basic, kind of like the original R console. It's no bells and whistles. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open a data file that I have been using in recent videos, some old graduate school data. And I am going to, there it is. So here's my console, and you can see that the data is fully available as data and filtered as filtered data in these two ways. So these are names for the data. Because I have a filter set already. I guess I saved it as that, and then I have the data as a whole. So I can actually type in data here, and sorry, you have to click run code, and it'll run it. And so these are all of my cases, and these are all of the data. It puts it into 3 columns. You can see some of this data has just empty cells, and so that's NaN as my empty cell marker. And so let's do a little test here. Let's run a descriptive stat on the average TDC, okay, which is this name of this variable here. Sorry, I put it up here. So that mean is 0.7644. Okay, so let's open up the console here and type in mean data. I'm going to move this over just so I get the right name. So let's get data average TDC, close that parentheses, and run the code. And here it plops it down as 0.64411. That's essentially the same thing, as you can see. If I can get this into a right, there we go. Right size. Awesome. 0.644, 0.7644, 0.7644. Perfect. So that's how you do it. You would write code directly into this console and run it through JASP. Okay. So it's a way to go back and forth between what JASP gives you and what R could give you in the same way. And they've added a number of R packages in here, and you can go to their website, jasp-stats.org, to find out what exact packages that they use for their R, the underlying under the hood, and then the R module. I think this is a great addition if you want to use this as a teaching module. This is a great addition for it. As far as my recommendation goes, I think that JASP and Jamovi, my recommendation in the comparison video still stands, because this isn't the same kind of integration that Jamovi has for R. And if you want to use an R console, then I would just suggest using R, or something like R Studio would be even better. So this is a great addition to JASP, open source, free, useful for teaching, but it does still lack that integration that you would want in sort of a seamless system. Thanks for watching this video. Please leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.